Everything starts from a basic step. So whenever we see a new word or no structure, the only way for you to find the meaning of it, don't try hard. Just use the dictionary. And in this class or in any other class, I'm gonna use the dictionary live, for you to have a bigger picture of how to make things easy for you. So first, when you use the dictionary of Cambridge, please remember to choose English only. Don't choose English Vietnamese or choose English and another language. Just choose English. And the first word to today, that is the word peripheral. Okay, the word peripheral appears in the title of the reading article. So how do I find the meaning of the word? I am just a normal English learner, okay? Everything we start with a basic step. So whenever I have a new word, I'm gonna write, okay? I'm gonna write everything in the dictionary, like Cambridge here, in order for me, okay, to get the meaning of it. Peripheral. Let's start peripheral. Something that is peripheral is not as important as something else. But you can think of the word peripheral like unimportant. Here, once you find the meaning of it, you use just sticky notes, okay, on the computer in order to make everything easier for you to work. We don't use notebook. We don't use pen. We don't use pencils because these tools will take us a lot of time to uh, to finish our job of studying. So when I find that the meaning of the word, I'm gonna use the note. Everything is gonna be done on computer. Peripheral. The first word here, you can say that something is unimportant, something is unimportant, or something is essential. Essential. Peripheral, unimportant, or in essential. So these are the words, or you can call them synonyms for peripheral. So this is the sticky note right here. Very easy for you guys to study, right? Peripheral vision in sports, or unimportant vision in sports, or you can say something like unnecessary vision in sports. It's like, oh, these ways of thinking about sports are not that important. Maybe these ways about sports are very are good to have, but not that kind of important for us to have. Vision vision, when you have a vision about something, it means you have a right way to think about something. You think about something in a bigger picture, in a bigger view. So that is vision. When you use the word vision, it means you have a view, you have a bigger view about something. So that is vision. This is not have, this is only a bigger view, because vision here is used as a noun in English. A bigger view about something. So let's look at this topic, peripheral vision in sports, or we can call them um, the views. Okay, in this article, we are gonna talk about the views in sports. Maybe these views are not important. These views come from the public. These views come from normal people. So that is why they use the word peripheral vision. Peripheral vision, you can say, views, normal views about something, or normal vision about something, or we can use the word like conventional, conventional vision, or conventional views. These are the ways for us to 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 um, to describe the word vision. Let's start from the second sentence. Focus in on something as small as a pin. For this sentence, it's not that simple. When you say that you focus in on something as small as a pin, it means that you will pay every attention to every detail in a topic, or you will pay lots of attention to each detail in a topic. You think of the word pen. Let's look at the pen. Okay, let's look at the pen. Let's check out the pen in this Google image. Google image, the pen. So what is the pen here? This is a pin. We use a pin to stick a note onto the board. You can set a pin a note onto the board, and this is how it's supposed to look like. You use a pin and you pin the note onto the board, and that is what a pin is about. And just look at the pen. You can see that the pen is very small, the pen is very short, and it is so tiny, it is so little. That is what the spin is. And here they say that focus in on, let's underline these three words. Focus in on something as small as a pen, as small as a pen. So this is the way for you to describe your attention level. We use the word attention level. So their focus in on something as small as a pen, or they can say that as small as a pen. It means that you focus in on something, okay, in on something to every detail, or to each smallest information of that thing. For example, you focus on studying, but you will focus on every detail of studying. You will focus on each smallest word in the paragraph or in the article. So that is what focus in on something as small as a pin. This is a way for them to talk about the attention level of someone. This is not okay. This is not a normal sentence. This is like an idiom, or this is like a proverb. You can think of this way, like, okay, we focus on each detail, or we focus, okay, or we concentrate on, okay, every information of that thing. We have two words. First, focus on. Second, concentrate on. These are the two action verbs for us to use. The next sentence, notice that everything else that fills your whole area of possible sight is indistinct. Let's study the word indistinct first, okay? Here, when you see the word distinct, okay, distinct, or another word that is, okay, distinctive. We look at the word distinctive, we can think of one word that is totally different. Something is so different. Something is completely different. All right, that is totally, like let's say that, completely different. So that is distinctive. And distinct, when you use the word distinct, then people are gonna think of something far away. So that is distinct. Like you live in a distinct city, or you can say that you live in a city far away from your hometown. So that is the word distinct. And here they use the word indistinct. Indistinct here is nothing about being different. Indistinct here is not related to far away, or the distance. So what is the word indistinct? Let's use, okay, the Cambridge Dictionary. And guys, I am trying to teach you how to use the Cambridge, and I need you to be addicted to Cambridge Dictionary, not Google Translation, all right? Indistinct, it is about not clear or unclear, or they use the word like vague, okay? Vague is the good word for you to use in Ielts or in Cambridge. Vague, not clearly expressed, non-described or decided. All right, let's get back to this. So here we have one more word that is about the word indistinct. Indistinct, okay, indistinct. It's not like far away. It just means unclear or vague. So here, what are they saying? That is indistinct. What are they saying? That is unclear. They say that here is right here, so we need to find out the subject of it. So what is the subject of this word is? We have area of possible insight, area of possible sight. Area of possible sight, it only means you can forget the word area, because when you look at the word area, you can think of something like a place for you to sit, for a place for you to sit, a place for you to stay, a place for you to play. But this is not about the place. Okay, this is not about nothing about where you are or where you work or where you play, where you hang out. There's nothing about it. It's just about the sight you have about sports, the view you have about sports. What they want to say is, whatever view you have about sports is going to be indistinct. It means whatever you think about sports is unclear. Whatever opinions you have about sports is unclear. So that is why they said whole area of possible sight is indistinct. So here we just write down this one. They say that the whole area, the whole, the whole, okay, fills your whole area of possible sight is indistinct. So everything else that fills your whole area of possible sight is indistinct. It means every thought you have, okay, about sports is going to be unclear. So they write something like this: everything else that fills your that fills your mind, everything that comes to your mind, everything, okay, every detail that, okay, that come across your mind, they use the word feel like this. Feel, okay. Feel is an action verb. But when you feel something, it means you make it, okay, you make that thing full. Like, I'm gonna fill my stomach. I can say that I try to fill my stomach, okay, with food. It means I am hungry and I'm gonna eat something so that my stomach is gonna be full, and I'm gonna be, okay, happy to work or to go out. So here they say that fill your whole area of possible sight. Just, okay, forget the word area of. Just say that fills your whole possible sight, or it just means that it's gonna fill, okay, it's gonna fill your mind. It's gonna fill, they just will just say fill your mind with lots of thoughts, okay, lots of thoughts about sports. So let's look at this sentence. They say that notice that everything else that fills your whole area of possible sight is indistinct, or because of that, notice that everything else that fills your mind with lots of thoughts about sports is unclear. That is what they want to say. So they just want to say that everything else that fill your mind. So look at this word, fill your mind with lots of thoughts, okay, with lots of thoughts is vague. It means you have lots of thoughts about sports, but those thoughts are not clear. Simply Simply, that is it. So your thoughts are not clear about sports. Your opinions are not clear about sports. That's what they say, indistinct. All right. Here, okay, we have the word thoughts. Thought, okay, is a noun in English. It's not like think, thought. We have a word like this, a thought, or we have a plural noun, thoughts, okay? And the meaning of the word thought here, let me see me. Here, please don't be okay, please don't misunderstand. We have the word think, thought, like this one. Think, thought. I think about something, I thought about something. That is think, thought. So, all right. Thought of thoughts. We have, okay, another bit. And one more, that is an action verb. These are the verbs, so please don't misunderstand the word forms between thought and thought of think. And another way for you to get to easily remember the meaning of it, that is the word thought. When it comes to noun, we have suy nghĩ, and we have one more word which which has a little bit the same meaning as the word thought, that is opinion. So that is it. So here, let's look at the sentence before we come to another sentence. Notice that everything else that fills your whole area of possible sight is indistinct. So here we have an object, and here an action verb. Is an action verb of the sentence, and everything here is a subject of the sentence. So everything else that fills your whole area of possible sight, or everything else that fills your mind, everything else that fill your head, everything else that fill your brain about sport is indistinct. Or else we can say that every opinion you have about sport is indistinct, is unclear. And here they just want to explain a little bit about the word indistinct. They use a comma. This is a comma. And they say that lacking in detail. After a comma, we just need to use a noun of it. We just need to use a noun or a verb in. So that is why they say lacking. Lack is an action verb. In is verb in. Verb in can be used as a noun in English. So lacking in detail, it means we don't have enough details about something. Here, another word, we have the word like lack. Lack, action verb. Lack is an action verb. And we have another bit that is a lack of something, or they say the lack of something. This is a noun, and it means, yeah, so this is how you understand. Here, there's a lacking in detail. This is verb, and it means we don't have enough details about sports. We don't have enough details about the opinions about sports. And the next sentence, we tolerate this large outlying field of blur, this peripheral view, without taking note. We tolerate this large outlying field of blur, this peripheral view. Blur is another word which also means unclear. So right here we have the word indistinct when it comes to the word when it comes to the meaning unclear, vague, or we have one more word that is blur. Okay, blur here, no, we have the word like blurry adjective, because please look at this. You see that indistinct, an ADJ, so it must be with an ADJ that is unclear. Vague is also an ADJ, okay, and blurry is also an ADJ. If you want to use the words which have the same meanings, we need to make sure that they have the same word forms, and the word form here are for ADJ. And here the word blurry, please be careful with this word, because we have the word blur. Blur is a noun in English, and when it comes to noun blur, it means, and blurry here, it only means không rõ ràng. So we have 4 words which means không rõ ràng in Vietnamese. When you use the word in English, you need to pay attention to the word forms of the word. Here, let's look at this sentence. We tolerate this large outlying field of blur, this peripheral view, without taking note. We put up with this large opinion. Instead of saying that, opinion, instead of saying that the aspect of, they use the word field. And when they use the word field, they are going to confuse you. They are going to confuse you between the field of playing sports on the field of how you think about something. We have we have a few different ways to think of the word field. Field, like this. Field. The first meaning of the word field, you can think of field like this. Field. So first, it is about the aspect, the aspect of how you think about something. Vietnamese lĩnh vực. On the second meaning of the word field, that is a stadium or a paddy field where you grow rice, for you to eat stadium. So here when they use the word field like this, they are gonna trick you because they know that you are gonna think of field as a stadium or as the place where you played football or as a place where you hang to play sports near your house. So that is the word field. Here we tolerate this large outlying field of blur, which means we put up with this, this aspect of blur view about sports. We put up with this aspect of unclear view about sports without taking note, without writing down every detail about sports. So here, the word tolerate first. Okay, let's find the word tolerate. Tolerate is an action verb. It means children, right? And please remember, this word already have a verb in English. We don't say tolerate with. We only say tolerate. You tolerate what in your life? So that is the meaning of it. And the next one, that is put up with. Okay, when you put up with something, it also means the same as the word tolerate. So you can say that we put up with this opinion of unclear view about sports without writing down every opinion we have in our mind. That is the meaning of this sentence. So here they use the word outlying field. When you say outlying, it means that something is irrelevant, that is outlying. So please be careful with the word outlying. Outlying. ADJ, it means irrelevant. Irrelevant. It means only one. So here they said this large outlying view or this large, irrelevant field about sports. Next sentence, we unconsciously accept it. When you unconsciously do something, it means you do it deep down in your heart. You want to do it, but you don't know the reason why you want to do it. So that is unconsciously. Unconsciously. We unconsciously do something. It means, it means we just want to do it deep down in your heart. We want to do it, but we don't know why we want it, why we need it, and why we don't do other things but it. So that is unconsciously. Vietnamese, we unconsciously accept it. It's just like you unconsciously accept something that your parents, that your parents force you to do, although you don't want it, you still unconsciously need to finish it. So that is unconsciously. Sometimes we take charge of how we process all that blur surrounding by the tiny center that our vision is focused on. Sometimes we take charge of how we process all that blur surrounding the tiny center. The tiny center, let's look at this word, the tiny center. Here, it's not about the sports center, it's not about the park center. The tiny center they use in this paragraph, it is about the brain. They just want to say that how you process the information in your brain when you think too much about sports. Stupid sentence. They use too much information in just one sentence. It's like loss of imagination when it comes to Ielts. So please be careful with this. Here first, first I have the word like this: process. Process is an action verb. It means sleep. And process, process as a noun in English, it means watching. So when you look at the word in English, you need to ask yourself is this word a noun or an action verb? So how do we tell whether it is a noun or an action verb? Just look at the word before it. Before the word process, we have the word we. So after a subject, we always use an action verb. So 100%, 100%, process is an action verb here. We said how we process all that blur surrounding the tiny center, or you can say that how we process, okay, all that blur, all that blur. What are these blur? What is that, right? What is so unclear? Here they said all that blur here, it means that all that all that all that blurry views, all that blurry visions, all that blurry opinions surrounding the brain when it comes to sport. That is the meaning of this sentence. So here they say that all that blur, please remember, blur here is a noun in English. It's a noun. It means, okay, in Vietnamese, it means sự không rõ ràng, sự không rõ ràng, or they say, and the blurry, we have the word blurry as an ADJ of it. So here, all that blur, when it comes to the word all that blur, we can think of something like, oh, all the blurry information or opinion or okay or view about sports. Blurry here is an ADJ. Please remember the word forms, because when you study IELTS, you don't know the word forms. Don't study. Quit. Okay, go. Don't study, because that is the biggest mistake in your life. So please try to understand the word forms, and when you don't understand, please message, and we will have another class to follow the word forms of everything that you don't know yet. So okay, so let's go back to the sentence. Sometimes we take charge of. So here, let's look back at this word. Take charge of. Take charge of. All right. Here, sorry. Take charge of something. When you take charge of something, this is an action verb. It means you take responsibilities. So you take responsibilities for something. Vietnamese chịu trách nhiệm cho việc làm gì đấy. So that is take charge. So sometimes we take responsibilities for how we process all that blurry information in our brain, or surrounding the tiny center, or around your brain. Surrounding, the word surrounding, okay, the same as the word around. Here they say surrounding the tiny center. Surrounding the tiny center here is not about, okay, the center of sports. Tiny center here is the one to talk about the brain. It is your neuron, okay. I think that you already studied neuron at school. Neuron. So, okay, what is inside your brain? Neuron and blood, and that is it, and vein. So what's surrounding the tiny center, surrounding the brain, surrounding the neuron in your brain. That is what they want to say about this sentence. That our vision is focused on. So where do you, which part of your body, will have a place where you can think, which part of your body where you can put lots of thoughts inside, of course, the brain. So with that here, after that, you are gonna give an explanation for the word before it. So okay, they use the word that. Why do they use that structure here? Because they want to explain about the word tiny center. When they use the word tiny center, that is the stupidest mistake that they have ever used in IELTS. And they want to explain, okay, what is this part in an indirect way. They cannot go directly. They cannot go directly into the real meaning of this. So that is why they use the word, okay, that. And when you use that after a noun, because You just want to add extra information about that noun. That you just want to let them know, okay, what you are talking about. That is it. So the tiny center, that, okay, that will begin another sentence. And this sentence will explain the tiny center. So what is tiny center? Tiny center is a place where our vision is focused on. Tiny center is a place where our opinions are focused on. So that is what they want to say. So here, okay, they always use the word vision, so don't be worried about this word. What is vision? Vision is only the way you think about something. That is it. All right, let's move on to the next sentence. Athletes best demonstrate just how much we can use the entire range of our vision, fanning out to the periphery. First, peripheral, right? Next, periphery. So what is the relevance between these two words? Nothing. Just different word forms, but the same meanings. Okay, that is it for Ielts. Nothing much, just different words, okay, different words, different word forms, but with the same meanings. Nothing much. So right here we have the word that peripheral, that is an ADJ, and that is okay, another word that is periphery, that is a noun in English. And here, let's look at this one. When it is an ADJ, we have another ADJ that is blurry. What is it? Periphery. I have another ADJ that is blur. All right. And right here, I have okay, another one that is vague. Okay, vague, vague. That is an adjective in English. Sorry, vague. Okay, vague. And this one is also vague. Okay, vague something. So that is it. Okay, let's look back at this sentence to further the meaning of it in English. Athletes best demonstrate. What does it mean best? You can use best with an action verb. I best show my feelings. It means that I am the best person at showing my feelings. To best demonstrate means the athletes are best at demonstrating. So here we have the structure for the word best in this way. Here, 7.1. Here you can say that a subject, okay, and then you use to be, and then you use best at, and then after best, then you use verb in or a noun in English. And another way for you to use this one, that is subject again, and best, and then an action verb, okay, and then you just show the object. All right. So these are the two ways for you to use, okay, the word best. Okay, this is the first way, and this is the second way. Here, athletes best demonstrate, or we can say that the athletes are, okay, are to be, okay, are best at demonstrating just how much we can use the entire range of our vision, just how much we can use, okay, everything, just how much we can use every vision we have, the entire range. Okay, the entire range here means every vision you have. The word range here we have the word like range, Vietnamese one. And when you use the word range, okay, it is about, okay, the range of the range between 2 years old and 10 years old. And when you use the word range, it is about the time. Here, the entire range of the entire, okay, the entire vision of somebody have, the entire thoughts of somebody have. So here they use the word like this, the entire range of our vision, or you can think of the entire amount of our thoughts, the entire amount of our thoughts about sports, or the entire amount of our view about sports. Fanning out to periphery, it means that reaching out to get the unclear about sports. So let's look back at this sentence. Athletes best show. Athletes are very excellent at showing how much we can use our brain to think. Fanning out to the periphery, reaching the unclear extent. Here, fanning out to periphery, So fanning out to periphery, or you can use the word fanning out, or you can say reaching out to the unclear, to the unclear extent. It means that the athletes or the sports people are very excellent at showing how much we normal people, how much normal people can use their brain to think about sports, so that they can come to their unclear thinking, and then after that they will fix their thinking. It just means that first you think that you know sports, and then you find out that you don't know much about sports. So when you find out that you yourself don't know much about sports, you will have another way to research. You will have another way to find out every detail, every true detail, every clear detail about sports. That is what this sentence means. They want to say that athletes best demonstrate just how much we can use the entire range of our vision, or they just want to say the athletes, the sports people know the best way, to show how much other learners, can use their brain, can use their opinions, can use their views, can use their views to understand sports. And when they find out, something that is unclear about sports, at this moment they will know how to get knowledge, the right knowledge about sports. So just one sentence in Ielts, it means a lot in English, right? So what does it mean? Look at the first sentence. We have the word like atlas. What is wrong with my computer today? Atlas demonstrate just how much we can use, the entire range of our vision. This is the first part. And so this is the first part, and the meaning of it, we can say that the atlas, because of the atlas, know the best way to show, know the best way to show, or because of the, to explain how much other sports learners. Here they use the word we. We here are normal people. They use the word atlas and they use the word we. So you need to ask yourself, who are we here and who are the atlas here? When they use the word atlas, it means that these people are very good at sport, right? That is why they have the title, they have the name atlas. So athletes know the best way to show, to explain how much other sports learner can, how much other sports learner, how much here is not about money. How much here it means how able other learners become to, how able other learners become to understand about sports. All right. And the next sentence, the next part, we have like fanning out to the periphery. It means that when the other learners understand how much understand about sports, to some extent, we have the phrase to some extent. It means đến một trình độ nào đó. So when the other learners understand about sports to some extent, they will find out what they will find out what is peripheral in their mind about sports. And when they find out the peripheral opinions, the peripheral views, or the peripheral visions, or they can use the word periphery. When they find out the peripheral views, they will work on their views to have the right to have the right views about sports. So that is what they want to say in this sentence. All right. Okay. After 1 hour studying, here we begin at 2:15, because I give you guys 50 minutes for you to read this article. And right now it is 3:15. I'm gonna give you guys like 1 hour of resting, and we have another class at 4 today. All right, and please come back at 4. And here when you are at rest, please read everything again, because I need you to understand everything in this paragraph. And in the next class, I'm gonna explain these pieces of information again in Vietnamese. All right, lots of things. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys like let's say 30 minutes for the break, because 1 hour is too much. 30 minutes for break, and then I'm gonna come back and send you another link. So here after the class, please look back at the notes and look back at this paragraph in order to find out the real understanding of the paragraph. All right.